amigos, welcome to part 2 of my review of Team India's failures at recent ICC events. In part 1, I went through India's losses in the 2014 T20 finals, the 2015 World Cup semi-final, and in the 2016 World T20 semi-final. In this video, I will be going over the losses in the 2017 Champions Trophy final, the 2019 World Cup semi-final, and in the 2021 World Test Championship final. In the 2017 Champions Trophy final, India were matched up against arch rivals Pakistan. India were the pre-tournament favourite along with Australia and South Africa. Pakistan were major underdogs as no one expected them to reach the finals, especially after their egregious performance against India in their first group stage game. But they got their heads together and managed to defy the odds. This time around, India finally managed to win the toss, but they made a mistake by opting to bowl first, as the decision took the fragile batting lineup of Pakistan off the hook. They had very little pressure on them, as they could set the pace and play to their own tempo. Had India batted first and put up a big total on the board, let's say over 300, like they did when these two teams previously met in the group stages, the Pakistani batsmen would have had to come out of their comfort zones and go after the Indian bowlers relentlessly, which is not their strength. But anyway, Pakistan came out to bat. The openers are Fakhar Zaman and Azhar Ali. After the first 3 overs, Pakistan have scored 7 runs for a loss of no wickets. Jasprit Bumrah runs in and bowls a wide. He has to re-bowl the delivery. He runs in again and bowls a fast and bouncy length ball, angled across Fakhar Zaman. And Fakhar edges the ball to MS Dhoni. The informed batsman is out. Well, easy. The umpires check the replay and no prize for guessing. Yes, it's a no ball. Sound familiar? If you guys watched part 1, you'd know that India got Tendul Simmons out on a no ball twice and he lit up India's bowlers and eliminated India from the 2016 T20 World Cup. A year later and history repeats itself, not just due to the fact that a batsman is given a reprieve, but the guy who gets the reprieve proceeds to torch the Indian bowlers. Fakhar ends up with 114 of 106 balls, and his performance, along with the contributions of Azhar Ali, who scored 59 of 71 balls, and Mohammad Hafiz, who scored 57 of 37 balls, propelled Pakistan's score to 338. Virat Kohli is pissed. He looks like he wants to chop Jasprit Bumrah's foot off. Anyway, India set a target of 339. Rohit Sharma gets out LBW for a duck in the third ball of the innings to Mohammad Amir. Out comes the skipper Virat Kohli. After the completion of 2 overs, India outscored 4 runs for a loss of a wicket. In the third ball of the third over, Mohammad Amir runs in and bowls a back-of-length delivery which nips away and takes the edge of Virat Kohli's bat, and the ball was headed towards Azhar Ali at first slip. Indian fans had their hearts in their mouths, fearing the worst. Well, luckily, Azhar Ali drops the catch. Indians breathe a sigh of relief. Will this be Virat's day? No. Amir bowls another back-of-length delivery. Kohli looks to move across and flick the ball into the leg side, but gets a leading edge, which goes straight to the point fielder. Virat was dismissed for 5. Unlike Fakhar Zaman, he was unable to make the most of his second chance. The other batsmen proceed to bat like bums. Hardik Pandya offered some resistance with a dynamite display as he scored 76 in just 43 balls, including 6 sixes. He momentarily managed to scare the bejesus out of the Pakistani fans, but he got run out due to a mix-up between himself and Ravindra Jadeja. India got bowled out for 158 in 30.3 overs and lost the game by a whopping 180 runs. In my opinion, this loss was the most egregious loss of them all. India's performance was abominable. They didn't just lose, they got pimp slapped. Next up is the 2019 World Cup semi-final where they faced off against New Zealand. New Zealand won the toss and chose to bat first and had put up 211 for 5 in 46.1 overs before rain interrupted and the game was continued on the reserve day. New Zealand ended up with 239 for a loss of 8 wickets after their allotted 50 overs. India's best bowler was Bhuvneshwar Kumar as he picked up 3 wickets and only conceded 43 runs in his 10 overs. 213 doesn't seem like a comparative total at face value, but certain factors need to be considered. First of all, the pitch offered a lot of assistance to the fast bowlers as it facilitated seam movement and swing. And 239 is always a challenging total to chase in a World Cup semi-final where there is a lot at stake. Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul came out to bat for India. After Trent bowl's first over, which yielded 2 runs, Henry steps up to bowl the second over. On the third ball, Henry bowls a relatively full delivery, angling towards off stump, and then it straightens away. The late away curve squares up Rohit, and he edges the ball to Tom Latham. India's best player in the tournament has been uprooted. Out walks India's second best player in the tournament, the skipper Virat Kohli, a man who has notched up 5 half-centuries in the 2019 World Cup prior to the semi-final. On the fourth ball of the third over, Trent Bolt runs in and bowls a full delivery which swings back in towards middle stump. Virat touches across and plays around his front pad, and the ball hits him on the front pad just above the knee roll. Virat is given out LBW. The skipper fails again. Henry gets KL Rahul out on the first ball of the fourth over. Dinesh Karthik walks into bat at number 5 and gets dismissed on the last ball of the 10th over. The score is now 24 for a loss of 4 wickets after 10 overs. Rishabh Pant was joined at the crease by Hardik Pandya and the pair offered some resistance. Rishabh Pant gets out for 32 of 56 balls on the 5th ball of the 23rd over. And a sturdy partnership of 47 which came off 77 balls is broken. MS Dhoni walks out to bat. Fast forward to the 3rd ball of the 38th over. Hardik Pandya slogs across the line of a Mitchell Santner delivery and holds out at mid-wicket. His innings of 32 which came off 62 balls comes to an end. MS Dhoni is then partnered by Ravindra Jadeja and the pair start to get India back on track. Jadeja is finding the boundary with regularity and Dhoni is playing second fiddle. Let's fast forward again to the 5th ball of the 48th over. India need 32 to win of 14 balls. Jadeja has played the innings of a lifetime and desperately needs to continue his assault on the Kiwi bowlers and finish off the game. Trent Bolt runs in and bowls a slower ball on a good length outside off stump. Jadeja mistimes his swing and the ball is caught by Kane Williamson at long off. The batsman crosses over and hence MS Dhoni is on strike. He pulls the ball to deep mid-wicket for a single and retains the strike for the next over. India need 31 of just 12 balls. They need the greatest finisher of all time, the greatest clutch hitter of all time, to produce one final virtuoso. Lockie Ferguson runs in and bangs the ball in short and wide outside the off stump. Dhoni leaps off his feet and pummels it for 6 over backward point. It's happening again. Folks, we might get that virtuoso. The next ball is a dot ball. Ferguson runs in again and bowls a bouncer on middle stump. Dhoni flaps it away behind square and calls for a second run. Guptill picks up the ball and nails the stump with surgical precision. The replay shows that Dhoni, the fastest runner between the wickets in the history of the game, has come up short by an inch. Game over. India ended up getting bowled out for 221 and lost the game by 18 runs. The nation was left heartbroken once again. I feel like India made an error in judgment by sending out Hardik Pandya at number 6 ahead of MS Dhoni. Had Dhoni come out to bat, he would have had more time to build his innings and would have been in prime position to launch a little earlier than he eventually attempted to. Hardik Pandya, India's most gifted hitter, could have been instrumental later in the innings in his role as a finisher, but sadly that didn't happen. And finally, let's look at the 2021 World Test Championship Final. Once again, we were matched up against New Zealand. The game was held at the Rose Bowl in Southampton. New Zealand won the toss and chose to bowl first. India put up a substandard total of 217 in the first innings. Kyle Jamieson was the record-in-chief as he snagged 5 wickets, including the wicket of Virat Kohli. Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli and Ajinkya Rahane all managed to get off the starts, but none of them were able to capitalize on their start, as they got out for 34, 28, 44 and 49 respectively. New Zealand's openers managed to keep the Indian bowlers at bay for quite a while, before Ashwin broke through and got Latham out on the second ball of the 35th over. Devon Conway is dismissed for 54 on the 4th ball of the 49th over by Ishant Sharma. India then managed to take wickets at regular intervals as New Zealand were bowled out for 249. India then enraged a lot of fans with a pathetic display of batting in the second innings. Rohit once again got off to a start but couldn't go on as he was dismissed for 30. Rishabh Pant was India's best performer with 41. Again another batsman getting off to a start and throwing it away. Tim Southee was New Zealand's best bowler as he picked up 4 wickets. New Zealand was set a poultry target of 140 and they won with 8 wickets to spare. Kane Williamson and Ross Taylor finished off the test in clinical fashion with 52 not out and 47 not out respectively. Kane Williamson and Ross Taylor finished off the test in clinical fashion with 52 not out and 47 not out respectively. India really didn't make any glaring errors as it pertains to the decision-making process. This was just another example of the ineptitude of the Indian batsmen against good swing bowling in challenging conditions. Personally, these losses have infuriated me and have dampened my passion for watching India play. And the frustrating thing is that India haven't been able to win despite being by far the most talented cricket playing nation in the world. We are supposed to be dominating world cricket in much the way that the West Indies did in the late 70s and throughout the 80s and the Australians did in the 2000s. But sadly, unlike those teams, India aren't bringing their A game when it matters most. Those teams were extremely clutch and always found a way to win. There was an air of invincibility around them. I think that there is something wrong in the intangibles of some of our cricketers, as they have continuously folded and have shown up smaller than mini-me, time and time again, under pressure. That's it for this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel for similar content. Adios amigos.